really kindly. Appreciate
worries,
it. Look, your Achilles has had an awful lot of discussion among us lot, obviously. A lot of focus for you, I think, for a good few weeks now, for the back end of the Arsenal season as well. Thomas Tuchel has said he doesn't think you can play 90 minutes at the moment. You can't start and finish a game. Is that how you feel?
Listen, I don't want to say anything that obviously goes against the manager. What I would say is, between Mikel and Arsenal medical team and Thomas and the England medical team, since March they've managed me amazingly and helped me get back on the pitch and do what I can for the team. And yeah, I'm feeling better than I felt in the last few months. And yeah, I'm ready to go.
Not quite 100% yet, though.
I'm ready to go, man.
Good man. Listen, at the Euros 2 summers ago, it was a bit of a stuttering start, I think, for England. Yeah, you won the opening game, beat Serbia 1-0, but then it was 2 draws against Denmark and Slovenia. How big a statement would it be for you guys if you win this opening game against Croatia and you win it in style?
Yeah, I think that would be a big boost. I remember in Qatar we did exactly that. We started very sharp, and it gave us a lot of confidence. But at the same time, as well, it's not how you start. You know, you've seen that in the past with other winners. But yeah, we'll just focus on winning on Wednesday and then taking it from there.
Bukayo, you're on 48 caps, I think. How many?
49.
49. Okay.
Yeah,
Let's start that again, yeah?
Go on.
You're 24, and that's a lot of caps for a 24-year-old. How do you view your international career and how quickly it's developed?
Yeah, I'd say it developed very quickly. I remember still my debut and how fast it's all gone. It's my 4th major tournament now. And yeah, I'm very proud and happy to be able to say that I'm on 49 caps and I have the potential this summer to get over the line in 50. Not many players have done that, especially so young. So it's proud for me, and I'm just looking forward to this tournament now.
And can you just give us an insight into maybe the past 3 or 4 weeks? Because you've had obviously the massive high of winning the Premier League, and then the sort of the low of the Champions League final, and then the high of the parade, and then you're sort of back to business again. It must have been a roller coaster of emotions for you.
Yeah, I would say it was an amazing feeling winning the Premier League, and then obviously with the Champions League, it was important not to let that loss allow us to forget what we'd achieved as a club. But yeah, now I'm here with England. I'm at the World Cup, and that's all the focus is on, trying to win the World Cup and get the 2nd star for the country.
Bukayo, do you think that last couple of months of the season, delivering under the biggest of pressure to get the Premier League title, can those experiences help you with England at this World Cup?
100%. I think for myself and the other boys that we came from Arsenal, we have a confidence and a freedom that we can approach the World Cup in, and I think that will definitely improve us and make us play better.
As you said, for someone so young, it is your 4th major tournament. So what advice would you give to guys like Nico O'Reilly, Elliot Anderson, Morgan Rogers, who are experiencing all of this for the first time?
I'll say enjoy it. I think it's an amazing opportunity. Yeah, I remember my first Euros, how much fun I had, and how much I enjoyed it. And when you go on the pitch, don't try and be someone else. Just be light, be free, and play your football.
Give it back there first.
Bukayo, welcome to Kansas City. Just one here for the locals. The reception you guys received at the team hotel seemed incredible. A couple hundred fans out at that open training. I guess, how has that reception been received by you and by the team?
Yeah, we're incredibly grateful for the reception we got, and yeah, we feel home here. We feel very welcomed, and we're ready to get going. Excited.
Henry?
Bukayo, hi. Who won the wrestling this morning?
I won the wrestling against all odds.
And congratulations on your 50th cap when it comes. Does it put it into perspective what you achieved? Do you actually, when you get your 50th, you go past Sir Geoff Hurst?
No, I haven't even thought about those stuff, and to be fair, I don't allow myself to think about those things. The main focus right now is winning the World Cup and being my best version of myself for the team. And after my career, maybe I'll reflect on things like that. But yeah, that's how I think.
Hi, Bukayo.
Hello.
As you said, this is your fourth major tournament. When you think back of what you've done in the past, what do you think is the biggest lesson you can use to, have a successful tournament this time?
Yeah, I think with each tournament it was a different lesson, especially reaching 2 finals. But yeah, I think it's mainly the belief. When I look around in the team, I see the talent we have, the passion, the confidence, and yeah, we have some real winners, some real leaders, and yeah, with belief, I think we can go the next step.
And I'm curious about the expectations you might have for yourself. Obviously, you're one of the Arsenal stars, so I guess you're used to the pressure of having to deliver on the biggest stage. What do you think you can do in this World Cup?
Yeah, I rather do my talking with my feet rather than tell you what I want to do. So yeah, that's my approach, and yeah, I'm looking forward to having a great World Cup.
Okay. Steve?
Bukayo, just a quick one on the hydration breaks. I wonder what you make of them, given that this week you might be taking them in temperatures that are probably cooler than some of those you've played at home. Does it disrupt it? Is it disruptive for the players?
I think it depends, Obviously, if you're dominating and you have all the momentum, you would love to keep going. But yeah, I guess in some cases it will be helpful, when we're playing in extreme heat. But I'm easy, I'm open. I don't really mind.
What about as a fan? Because you've obviously been watching the games. Do you think it disrupts it for the viewer?
You're trying to get me to say something controversial, man. I'm not saying nothing. I enjoy the game regardless.
Hi, Bukayo. You produced one of the big moments in Euro 2024, scoring the late equaliser against Switzerland, and also scored your penalty afterwards. Where does that rank in your career highlights, and do you feel like you're a player now who thrives under that pressure?
Yeah, to be honest, I love those games. And yeah, that's one of my favourite moments in the England shirt for sure. I remember that game very clearly. And yeah, hopefully I can produce more moments in this World Cup like that.
And you've played the vast majority of your career for club and country under 2 managers in Mikel Arteta and Gareth Southgate. How does Thomas Tuchel compare to them?
Yeah, I think Thomas Tuchel is a great manager, and I'm very excited, and I believe he can help us deliver this World Cup. So I'm excited. I think all the players are in good spirits. The vibe around the camp is good, and we're just itching to get this first game underway and start our tournament.
Thanks. Ed?
Hi, Bukayo. You mentioned the wrestling earlier, that you won against all odds. That's something that people always say about you. You're very competitive in everything that you do, and obviously you take that onto the pitch as well.
Yeah, 100%. I think that's one of the biggest things that drives me is to win and to compete, and yeah, I love doing that.
And obviously you had a few injury issues throughout the season, but you missed a few games. Do you think that you haven't played the same amount of games as you have in previous seasons? Do you think that might help you as the tournament goes on here?
I hope so. Obviously, it's different being injured than actually resting, but like I said earlier, I've been managed incredibly by England team, Arsenal team, and yeah, it's put me in a great place right now.
Hi, Bukayo. What is the difference between Bukayo Saka in 2021 for the Euros and Bukayo Saka now for this World Cup?
A lot of differences. I've got a lot more experience, and I'd say I'm a much better player also. So yeah, those are the two main things I'd say.
What makes you a better player than you were then?
I think mainly it's probably the experiences. Yeah, I was still quite young, and I hadn't played as much football as I had now, and made the mistakes that I've made that I've learned from. So I'd say that'll be my answer.
And you said that winning the Premier League had given you a confidence and a freedom. How does that then manifest on the pitch for you?
Yeah, I think just knowing what it takes to win is important, and we have that feeling now. So yeah, it gives you more belief.
Okay. Hamza?
Hi, Bukayo. Thomas has said you and Declan Rice are the corner takers. I just wanted to ask you about the new rule and the meeting that you had with the FIFA officials. Do you think that the rule that you can now award a foul before the corner is taken is going to be an improvement? The manager says that he thinks it's going to be a lot for referees to consider.
Wait, what's the rule, sorry? Award?
If an attacking team makes a foul before the ball is in play, they can award a foul and end that corner, essentially.
It's okay. Next question. There you go.
Sorry, I don't understand.
Yeah.
I can explain again.
We'll move on. We'll move on to the next one. Tom, you go next.
Hi, Bukayo. I just wondered if you could give an insight into your relationship with Noni Madueke, because you're teammates for Arsenal, for England, but you're competing for the same position. What's that dynamic like?
Yeah, it's quite unique because obviously two players that play in the same position to be as close as we are is I don't really know how it works, but it works, you know. Noni's like my brother, on and off the pitch, and we push each other, we speak every day, and we have that mutual respect for each other, and we want each other to do well. And the good thing is we play on the same team, so if one of us is doing well, it's good for the other, and yeah, I can't really describe it any better than that.
So, given at this tournament with the He and your the lead up to this tournament with your fitness issues, there's a good chance that Noni might play quite a lot this tournament. I'm guessing you're just going to be right behind him the whole time.
Of course, 100%. And anyone else that plays, even if it's not him, I'll be behind them because we're all here on behalf of England and to make England win, and we're all great talent. So, yeah.
Jack.
Hi, Bukayo. Just following on from what Tom was saying, obviously you've got quite a lot of depth in attacking areas this time, probably more than you've had in previous tournaments. You're talking about pushing each other on. Are you able to explain what that looks like on a day-to-day basis?
Yeah, I'd say it starts in training for sure. Obviously, you can see when you look around how much talent there is, and you know, if I train as well as possible, then the other person's going to have to, because at the end of the day, we're all competing for places and we all want to play. That's what we're here for. So I think that's how it starts, and obviously being a good teammate as well is important, because if you're not playing, you need to be there for your brothers and encourage them. And you know, if you see something on the pitch, you know, that they can do better, you can also say it to them. You know, taking that accountability and pushing each other is going to help us go over the line.
And obviously with the heat at this tournament, the kind of substitutions are going to have a massive impact. From your perspective as a player, if you're not picked in a starting 11, or anyone's not picked in a starting 11, is your mindset slightly different than it might be for your club? Because you know that there's definitely going to be 5 substitutes, and it's going to be the guys that come on that are going to win the games.
Yeah, I think that's the message that obviously the coach and staff have said to us. You know, it's not only 11 players that are going to play. We have an amazing squad, so much talent, and yeah, players on the bench need to be ready to come in and make an impact. And you saw that at Arsenal this year as well. You know, we had a lot of players coming off the bench and winning games for us. And yeah, like I said, it's so important, because yeah, you're not going to win a tournament with just 11 players.
Finish here with Alex.
Hi, Bukayo. You said the Arsenal players that come into the squad feel a bit more freedom now after winning. Are you surprised how different you feel after winning a trophy? We hear players say that the hunger gets bigger once you lift that trophy. So how do you feel?
Yeah, I think, you know, when you have that success and you taste it, you want to do it again. And it can go 2 ways, but when I speak for myself, you know, I'd say it's definitely made me want to do it again and come into this tournament with even more hunger.
And just on being managed and your fitness, how has that been? Has that been frustrating for you, maybe people watching, not knowing what you're pushing yourself to do? And have you had to learn more about yourself, how to play, when maybe you're not 100%?
Yeah, but I think as players, you know, it's the biggest gamble, you know, especially if you're not feeling your sharpest. You know, you have the choice whether you don't play or you put yourself out there knowing that people are going to judge you the same. And at the end of the day, people don't really care how you're feeling. They expect you to deliver. They expect you to perform. And yeah, I'm happy to take that gamble, and it paid off, I'd say. And I'm going to continue doing that. But like I said, I'm feeling a lot better than I did in March, and I'm ready to go. So yeah, excited.
Thank you very much. See you tomorrow.
Thank you.